In a world where innovation meets power, and family adventures demand both comfort and dominance, the all-new 2025 Nissan ARMADA emerges like a modern-day chariot, redesigned, re-engineered, and reborn. Welcome to a story of elegance in motion, where utility wears a suit and strength knows sophistication. It begins not on the dealership floor, but on a crisp Colorado morning, with the rising sun casting long shadows on the freshly waxed surface of a deep ocean blue metallic Nissan ARMADA. Meet Marcus and Elena Carter, parents of 3, full-time professionals, part-time adventurers. For them, finding a vehicle wasn't just about horsepower or leather stitching, it was about trust, presence, and promise. That promise came in the shape of the 2025 ARMADA, Nissan's boldest leap into the future of full-size SUVs. As Marcus approached the vehicle, the hands-free power tailgate responded to a subtle motion. Groceries, sports gear, and even his camera drone slipped effortlessly into the cavernous cargo hold. Elena, meanwhile, slid into the premium quilted leather driver's seat. The moment her hand touched the D-shaped steering wheel, a 12.3-inch high-definition infotainment screen illuminated like a cockpit ready for takeoff. Every pixel seemed to whisper, "Let's go." But this wasn't just luxury for show. Beneath the sculpted hood lay a 5.6-liter endurance V8 engine, delivering 400 horsepower and 413 lb-ft of torque, yet balanced with improved fuel efficiency thanks to Nissan's newly optimized intelligent drive mode system. Whether it was a soccer tournament across state lines or a spontaneous weekend in the Rockies, the 2025 ARMADA didn't just travel, it led. What caught Marcus by surprise wasn't just the drive, but the silence. The road noise seemed to vanish as if swallowed by the triple-seal doors and acoustic glass. Even as the kids played their separate games on dual 12-inch rear entertainment screens, the interior remained calm, like a luxurious cocoon floating above the pavement. Then came the moment that sold it all. Driving through Denver's winding hills, Elena switched to Pro Pilot Assist 2.0, Nissan's most advanced driver assist system yet. With hands off the wheel and feet resting, the SUV maintained lane discipline, adjusted speed, and kept a safe distance, all while allowing Marcus and Elena a rare moment of uninterrupted eye contact. In that glance, a decision was made, not just about a car, but a lifestyle. Later, at a scenic overlook framed by golden aspens, the family paused to take in the view. The ARMADA, in all its grandeur, didn't just sit there, it belonged. With its bold new fascia, signature LED lighting, and squared-off stance, it looked more like a premium expedition vehicle than a suburban errand runner. But what truly made the 2025 ARMADA stand out wasn't what it did, it was how it made people feel. For the kids, it meant road trips with movies and naps. For Elena, it meant confidence in safety with Nissan's Safety Shield, 360 watching every angle. For Marcus, it meant strength and style merged into one presence on wheels. And for all of them, it meant stories yet to be written. On their way back, as twilight painted the sky in hues of magenta and indigo, the ARMADA's ambient interior lighting created a warm, futuristic glow. Elena scrolled through the multi-terrain monitor, checking ground clearance as they descended a narrow gravel path. The vehicle adjusted effortlessly, sending torque precisely where it was needed with its intelligent 4WD system. It wasn't just a drive, it was an experience, a symphony of control and ease. Back in the city, Marcus parked outside a bustling downtown restaurant, the ARMADA gleaming under neon signs. Strangers stopped to look. Valets offered nods of respect. One passerby even whispered, "Is that the new ARMADA? Looks like a Range Rover killer." The doors closed with a muted thud. Inside, the kids were asleep. Elena looked over, smiled, and said, "This doesn't feel like an SUV. It feels like our second home." Marcus smiled back, his fingers lightly drumming the stitched leather steering wheel. He didn't reply right away, he just looked around, taking in the soft lighting, the meticulous layout of the dash, and the gentle hum of the climate system maintaining perfect comfort. It wasn't just that this vehicle was quiet, it was the way it allowed the family to exist together, peacefully, in their own orbit, while the world rushed past just beyond the windows. The valet opened the door with a respectful nod, and Marcus stepped out, noticing how the chrome accents caught the reflection of the streetlights. It had presence, undeniable presence. This wasn't the kind of SUV you drove anonymously. It didn't blend in. It didn't need to. Elena gently woke the kids while Marcus exchanged a few words with the valet, who couldn't help but ask how it handled. "Smooth like silk," Marcus replied, but with the heart of a freight train. Dinner was short but meaningful, just a quick break from a long day, yet the family seemed more relaxed than usual. Perhaps it was the subtle confidence of knowing they'd be returning to something that felt not only safe and comfortable, but also theirs. On the walk back, Marcus admired the Armada's profile from a distance. The sharp LED signatures, the sculpted shoulder lines, and the aggressive front grille made it look like it belonged in both a tech expo and a mountain pass. A rare duality. When they climbed back in, Elena took the wheel this time. She adjusted her seat with a memory function that remembered her exact preferences, lumbar support, tilt, height, and connected her phone with wireless Apple CarPlay. In seconds, her playlist was streaming through the Armada's 13-speaker Bose premium audio system, wrapping the cabin in rich, immersive sound. The kids leaned back again, headphones on, screens lit, wrapped in their own little digital worlds, while the parents shared glances over soft music and silent streets. As the city lights faded behind them and the road opened ahead, Elena toggled to towing mode just for the feel of it. She didn't need to tow anything tonight, but it was a point of pride, the knowledge that this vehicle could easily haul a 7,000+ pound trailer if they ever decided to take the camper out west, or bring a boat down to Lake Tahoe. That kind of capability didn't just provide options, it expanded their entire sense of possibility. Soon they turned onto a darker, less-traveled back road, the kind of path they usually avoided at night. But with the Armada's intelligent high beams automatically adjusting to oncoming traffic, and the 360-degree camera offering a bird's-eye view when they approached sharp turns or narrow shoulders, there was nothing to worry about. The vehicle adapted, responded, anticipated. Every motion was deliberate. Every maneuver confident. Marcus leaned back and watched as Elena guided them through the quiet blacktop curves like she'd driven the road 100 times. Then came the rain. At first, it was just a mist, turning the windshield into a canvas of shimmering droplets. But within minutes, the downpour began. Visibility dropped. The road shimmered slick under the street lamps. And yet, the Armada remained a rock. Automatic wipers adjusted their speed. Tires, wide and grippy, held the pavement like glue. The intelligent all-wheel drive system adjusted torque distribution seamlessly, almost invisibly, ensuring that even the tightest bends were negotiated with grace and control. Elena didn't even slow down. That was the real magic of it, not that it could handle the worst, but that it did so without demanding constant attention or compromise. It was like having a silent co-pilot who knew exactly what the family needed before they even realized it themselves. Back in the second row, the youngest had stretched out across the flat folding captain's seats, curled under a small blanket. The overhead panoramic moonroof revealed streaks of lightning in the sky above, dangerous and beautiful, but distant. In here, they were untouchable. Wrapped in technology, steel, and comfort. Elena glanced at the digital rearview mirror, which gave her a high-definition video feed of the back, unobstructed by passengers or cargo. A small smile tugged at the corners of her mouth. By the time they turned into their neighborhood, the rain had lessened to a soft tap on the roof. Houses lined the street like sleeping giants, porch lights glowing like warm beacons. As they slowed to their driveway, the exterior cameras activated, assisting Elena with a perfectly centered park in complete darkness. She turned off the ignition, and the Armada powered down with a silent hum, the ambient lights gradually dimming, like stage curtains falling after a performance. But the story wasn't over. In fact, it felt like it was just getting started. As the garage door closed behind them and silence wrapped around the Armada one last time for the night, there was a lingering sense of awe that hung in the air. Not just because of what the vehicle had done, but because of how it had made them feel. In a world obsessed with constant change, fleeting trends, and complicated choices, the 2025 Nissan Armada stood out as a beacon of clarity. It wasn't shouting for attention, it didn't need to. Its presence alone told a story of strength, of refinement, of purpose. It was more than just a family SUV. It was a sanctuary on wheels. A command center for modern life. A machine born from intelligent engineering, wrapped in elegance, and sculpted with confidence. Whether navigating tight urban chaos or winding through mist-covered mountain passes, it didn't just perform, it elevated the experience. Every button, every sensor, every stitched seam whispered a promise. You are in control. And you are protected. For the Carters, the Armada became more than a purchase, it became a partner. It carried their children safely through rainstorms. It gave Marcus moments of silence, he hadn't known he needed. It gave Elena a newfound confidence behind the wheel, not because she was unsure, but because the vehicle made her feel seen and empowered. It turned long drives into cherished memories, errands into escapes, ordinary days into chapters of something greater. It was a return to what SUVs were always meant to be, not status symbols, but life enablers. Not just transportation, but transformation. The 2025 Nissan ARMADA is the answer to a question that most don't even realize they're asking. What would it feel like to drive something that respects your ambitions, supports your dreams, and stands ready for anything? When Marcus shut the door, he took one last look at it from the rearview mirror. There it stood, bold, still, almost regal in the low garage light. He didn't just see a vehicle. He saw resilience, innovation, presence, the kind that doesn't fade with time, but deepens with every mile. And somewhere deep down, as he turned off the lights and followed his family inside, he knew this wasn't just the end of another day, it was the beginning of countless new journeys, with the ARMADA leading the way, one unforgettable drive at a time.